A month after the great Kevin Costner standoff, Ed and Dixie found themselves pulling into the gravel driveway of Ed's daddy's double-wide. Ed's daddy, Earl Sr., was a die-hard Trump fan who still had a faded Make America Great Again flag zip-tied to a satellite dish that didn't work anymore. He wore that red hat to bed, to church, and once, accidentally, to a funeral. Dixie decided she'd have a little fun with that. The night before their visit, she sat cross-legged on the bathroom floor with a half-empty box of Franzia and an $8 bottle of electric blue hair dye she'd found at Dollar General. 3 wine spritzers and 1 stained bath mat later, Dixie's hair looked like a Smurf crime scene. "Ed, how's it look?" she slurred at 2 a.m., her hair dripping blue onto her roll-tied robe. Ed just stared at her, half horrified, half impressed. "My daddy's gonna have a coronary, Dix." "He needs his cholesterol checked anyway." She grinned, showing off her wine-stained teeth. "Roll Tide, baby." So now here they were. Ed, sweat beading under his Georgia Bulldog's cap, and Dixie, strutting up the porch steps, with her hair glowing like a neon beer sign. Earl Sr. met them at the door in a camouflage bathrobe and that raggedy Trump hat, nearly choking on his chewing tobacco when he saw her. "Well, butter my biscuits, Dixie Lynn. What the hell happened to your head?" Earl Sr. barked, squinting through his bifocals. "It's called freedom of expression, Earl," Dixie cackled, flipping her blue hair like she was on a shampoo commercial, filmed entirely at a dive bar. Inside, the visit went about as well as Ed expected. Dixie sat at the kitchen table, sipping Diet Dr. Pepper mixed with Moscato, while Earl Sr. ranted about gas prices and deep state lizard people. Every few minutes, Dixie flipped her blue hair just to watch Earl's left eyelid twitch. But honestly, Ed's mind wasn't even in that kitchen. Lately, he'd been distracted by something, or rather, someone, who'd moved into the single-wide next door to theirs back at the trailer park. Her name was Tawny, 27, newly divorced, legs for days, and a laugh that made Ed forget for 3 entire seconds that he lived with 12 cats and a blue-haired Overwatch goblin. She drove a teal Kia Soul with a giant sticker that said, "Hot Girl Summer," and she waved at Ed every time she started by to dump her recycling, which she did in pink leggings that made him rethink his life choices. Ed caught himself daydreaming about Tawny now, even as Earl Sr. smacked the table, yelling about voter fraud, and Dixie loudly asked if she should dye the cats blue too, in the name of artistic freedom. When the visit finally ended, after Earl Sr. called Dixie a socialist smurf, and Dixie called him Fox News in human form, Ed trudged back to their rust bucket truck, mind miles away, stuck on Tawny's pink leggings and the way she always winked when she said hi. As Dixie slammed her door shut, blue hair blowing in the wind, she narrowed her wine-glazed eyes at him. "You listen to me, Ed Earl Fletcher," she drawled. "I see you looking at that tawny tramp from Lot 12. I swear on Sabin's houndstooth hat, you try something with her, and I'll dye your hair blue while you sleep." Ed gulped, starting the truck. Kevin Costner, hidden in the back seat, let out a low meow that sounded suspiciously like, "She means it, pal." Ed sighed, pulling out of his daddy's gravel driveway. Roll-Tide robe hair dye stains on his mind, 12 kittens waiting at home, and Tawny's pink leggings dancing somewhere deep in his doomed daydreams. Some men dreamed of yachts. Ed dreamed of a life with fewer cats, fewer cousin wives, and maybe just one woman who didn't threaten to dye him neon if he wandered. One day. Maybe. But not today.